Hello and welcome back to the Inside the Mind series for the Undercover Brella. So last time we talked a little bit about tower control and how we could push a tower on offense, but the match didn't really show a ton when it comes to defense. So what I'd like to do this time is show a match where we can talk about where you want to position or what you want to do when faced with a tower coming at you. So, can we find victory with the Undercover Brella? Let's find out. So, if you like this sort of thing, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more fun and informative Nintendo content. But that's more than enough talking. Let's get to the action. Alright, here's another tower control match on Brine Water. This one is going to be a bit more of a struggle. I make a couple of questionable decisions here that we'll talk about. But let's get right into it. So again, early launch, I'm going to take that left road right down into mid. Now right here, I've kind of got, I believe the end zap here, dead to rights. But what I do is I see that charger laser there, and I think I am going after that charger. I'm going to bother them, so I'm actually going to leave the zap, and I'm just going to go and bug this guy. Again, here, great place to use your Reef Slider once it's charged. I'm backing them up. Now, you could argue, and especially since I don't get them with the Reef Slider here, you could argue that I kind of over-focus the charger. It's now currently a 3-on-2 with our Tetras down, so they're actually going to get the first checkpoint. So perhaps chasing them all that way was not a great idea. I'm actually going to I'm going to focus the tower, and the charger's going to get me from an off angle. But we're going to shut down this push. But again, as a Undercover Brella, going after anchor weapons like that, rarely a bad idea. So here again, we're on tower. Great place to be. We've got our big bubbler, and this is tricky. You have to kind of concede for the zap. What are they going to, what are their options at this point? They drop into mid. There's no ink coverage. We're staring down at them. Props to them for them at least doing, the only thing they can do is try and get underneath the tower to take away our shot angles, but eventually we focus them down. So not a great choice, but about all they could do. So I'm going to take this guy out, the splatter shot, and here you'll get to see, watch me, and you saw there, I actually walk in front of the tower. When you're in front of the pole, when you're on the tower as an Undercover Brella, you never stop moving. I don't even have my shield here, so I can use this pole kind of defensively to protect myself. But depending on where shots are coming from, if you feel like you have to face one way and you've got problems coming from another direction, use the pole. Use it to cover your side, use it to cover your backside, because it does a better job of blocking damage than your shield, because it doesn't ever go away. So now I'm actually going to reef slide here. Again, great place, great angle for you to reef slide. I'm not going to get anyone, but I'm at least going to kind of fluster the charger enough that we're going to waste them. So they go down. Now, here, another bad decision. I don't realize that there's somebody on the tower. I should. You can see up at the top the tower indicator. So I should know that there's somebody there. And in particular, it's the Tri-Slosher. So this is a bad matchup all the way around. They have the high ground, they have the sloshing mechanic, plus I'm located. They know exactly where I am and where I'm coming from. They're actually going to waste me pretty quickly. Props to the Splatana, though. They do a nice job of knocking them off the tower. So here, I go down pretty quick. This is an issue with just not really getting the shield around. The NZAP is able to kind of get around on my left side. I tend to play with relatively high sensitivity. I think 4.0 on both the motion controls and the right stick. Probably could have used 5.0 there. But I like that because it allows you to reposition your shield a lot more quickly. We don't pull it off there, but it's something you'll want to probably work on if you're playing Undercover Brella. Try to use a higher sensitivity. So, right now, they have the tower, and so again, I really don't like the defensive positioning on Brine Water. You're kind of a fair distance from the tower here. Additionally, the Undercover Brella really struggles defending against a pushing tower because most of your tools really aren't that useful. The Reef Slider, again, it's not going to climb a tower. Ink Mines certainly aren't going to do anything if you're not on the tower. So you've got your main weapon, and that's about it. So in this situation, what you want to do, and what I do here, is say, okay, to heck with the tower, I'm going to work on the people who are not on tower. I'm going to see who's playing off the ball, and I'm going to try and take them out. So here, I'm going to drop down. I've got 2 shooters here looking at me, so I'm going to work on the zap, take them out, spin around. I'm a little slow here against the splatter shot, which causes our Splatana to go down. But in the meantime, the rest of my team has actually wiped out everybody else. So again, when you're defending, try to play to your strengths. You may not be able to approach tower, but you can certainly approach the other players on more level ground, more on your terms. So here I try and fail to get back on tower. I'm going to put a mine down here, and actually what's going to happen is you'll see somebody goes a little farther than I expect and drops down there. We're going to get them, but they are going to knock out everybody on tower. So a nice double on their part. So now I'm back on tower. I'm actually challenging the try. Here again, I'm going to try and reef slide them. I don't really want to mess with them that much. But they're going to get around and get away. And unfortunately, I don't defend my teammates. They get taken out by the charger, and the Tri-Slosher gets me there. Actually, it's a suction bomb from the splatter shot. So now we're back on defense. Now, here I'm going to try a flank, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. Here again, you want to be able to quickly recognize, okay, there are 3 jumps here. This is obviously a super chump. This is not actually a player. And so this is one of those instances where you really should back down, especially now that the auto bomb has taken out your shield. But of course, you know, sometimes we feel like we're in the zone and we think, this sap's got nothing. We'll take him down easy. Not always. And in this case, you know, I anticipate where they're coming from. I just can't take them out fast enough. And so we're actually going to lose the lead on this push. So right now we're in a really, really bad spot. So this is kind of your primary defensive position on Brine Water. The tower's a little too far away for me, so I'm going to push up. So now, remember I said a little bit earlier, hey, you're not going to be great on, you know, approaching the tower. You want to take on the other players. In this case, well, we're kind of in a desperate situation, but also the only person on tower, well, I guess there are 2 here, but one's going to drop off. The charger is actually going to be the only person on tower. So I'm going to go after the tower. I have an advantage over them, and I'm going to knock them out. And now I'm in a really great spot, actually. You can see here, I can see, you know, 2 players right below me. The third one is actually off to my right. And I'm just going to stall. Like, I'm going to have the entire enemy team looking at me, trying to get rid of me. And again, with the Brella, with the pole, with the shield, it takes forever to get rid of me. Now, I do fall down here. They do get rid of me. But watch this. Hey, suddenly the other team is completely wiped out. It's only the E-leader coming back from spawn. So the moral here is the Brella is really good at taking space and drawing attention. Occasionally, you have to maybe think of yourself as somebody like LeBron James, somebody who is there not only to make plays, but also create space for their teammates to make plays. See, here on the tower, everybody was looking at me. I was just kind of there. I wasn't really doing anything, but it allowed the rest of my team to push up defensively and clean up the push. So, you know, even stalling can be very useful at sometimes. So, now, we are back on the offensive. And so we're going to clean up this zap. I see the charger again. I'm thinking, okay, time to push the charger again, but you can see our Splatana has actually popped Ultra Stamp. They're thinking the same thing. Now, watch this. I'm going to go back on tower, and there's no pressure here right now. You see our Splatana just went down. They did a great job. I'll show a clip in the actual video. Again, they kind of took the same approach that I did. They drew the enemy team's attention. They actually got the splatter shot before going down, and so we're able to move the tower quickly through mid without any pressure. So nice work on the Splatana, and they left one special gift. Now, I'm going to abandon tower here. You see that trail of ink there that the Ultra Stamp left? Perfect flank. So the enemy's going to be trying to set up on this ledge here in front of me to create their defenses, and I'm just going to say, hey, I have a Reef Slider. The great thing about the Reef Slider, of course, is that it kills a heck of a lot quicker than your main weapon. I'm just going to run up here, take an off angle, and turn a double play. 6-4-3, and the inning is over. It happens so fast, you can see there's nothing missing from the Tacticooler. The Tri-Slosher got the Tacticooler out, but was taken out before they even got any soda. So that was a great flank, and at this point, we don't know it at the time, this is pretty much game. The Zap is the only one left. They're actually below me approaching the tower, so I'm going to go after them. Now, unfortunately, I'm again going to be slow rotating my shield. They're going to take me out, but I'm going to get them in the process as well. And now the enemy is totally on their heels. We can push up. Clutch Bubbler by the Junior. I'm going to jump and ride tower. And, you know, we're just going to take people out. I'm going to get the Zap here. I'm going to clean up the charger here. And that's the ball game. So again, you know, you have to really pick your spots with the Brella. Sometimes you have to be aggressive. Sometimes you have to be a bit more passive, play objective, maybe even play defensive. But, you know, it's really a matter of reading the situation and knowing what to do based on the current state of the game. So, that was a demonstration of how the Brella can be used to defend just as well as it can to attack. I hope you found something useful in there for your own Brella strategies. So, until next time, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again in a future video. So long!